Hey friends, Amanda Harris here. I've been wanting to try something a little bit more impromptu, less scripted, and share a little bit of my personal story with you guys. And I was out going for a walk, and I thought, I'm just going to do it. I'm just going to do it. So let me know in the comments if you like the video style or if you hate it, whatever. I can handle it. But what I want to talk to you about today is what I'm working on. I think it's important to see somebody in the process, of doing the work. Kind of, I'm recognized. I've known that I've had this limiting belief, but just really, really trying to make a concerted effort to work on it lately. So, people who know me will say, yeah, but I have a negative belief about men, a limiting belief that most men just kind of, are either not nice or they don't treat me well or they have, uh, like we have value differences, and the bigger part is that they don't want to work on it, that they don't care, I am that they don't appreciate women, and they take us for granted, right? So that's a stumbling block for me because it makes it hard for me to have a man like that in my life who appreciates me and loves me and values me and all of the things, right? So, first of all, I want to share that I come by this naturally. This isn't something that I'm just a man hater because I'm hateful. I don't hate men. I just I don't know that they like me very much, right? So, in any event, my father was a recovering alcoholic, but he was still very angry and what program people call a dry drunk at that time. And he passed away whenever I was 8. So I think kind of the lesson I got there is either you have a man that's angry or you don't have anybody, right? And for many years, my mother was involved with a man. I had this stepfather who was very in and out of our lives. And whenever he was there, it was very toxic. They fought and broke things, and it was awful. And then he would leave for months or years at a time and come back. And then whenever he was gone, I spent a lot of time alone because my mother worked a lot more because we didn't have the financial support, that he provided. So the lesson there was either you're in an awful relationship or you're alone and you don't have your needs met, right? So from age 16 until 39, 23 years, I was in a relationship that was very toxic. And we were both very unwell, very unwell. We treated each other very poorly. In any event, and then since I managed to extricate myself from that, and I've had just a couple of relationships in the meantime, some situationships, just kind of that same dynamic though of men who maybe weren't quite ready to be in a relationship, or we had value differences, or I felt rejected, or not good enough or not appreciated. And so obviously this is something I need to work on, because just because these were the experiences for me and with these like 6 or 7 men in my life doesn't mean that that's the way all men are, or that's the way it's always going to be, right? So the first step, the thing that I've really been working on, is getting myself and my behavior in line so that I don't push away those good men, because I know that that's part of the deal, right? That whenever good men with great values see a woman who had my energy at that time, they were probably running for the hills, right? So working on that a lot, and now just really trying to focus on that there are good men out there. A technique that I learned um, in a program that I did, personal development school, was to find the evidence of the contrary. Excuse me, I was drinking a sparkling water. Find as many pieces of evidence to the contrary, write them down, and try to repeat them every day if you can, right? So remembering that I'm in a group manifestation coaching group right now, and there's 3 or 4 men in there. So, hey, Amanda, I don't know, there's these men in this program and they're trying to grow and learn and be the best version of themselves, right? There's my therapist assures me, I said, Cassie, you telling me the truth? She assures me that almost half of her clients are men. And whenever I see a man in the waiting room, I try to acknowledge, oh, look, there's a man who's working on himself and trying to be, the best version of himself. Because the bigger picture than, the men just suck is that they don't want to get any better, right? That's the belief. Guys, I love you. The vulnerable share here. I'm working on it, right? That's what's important. But for anybody that has something that's bad, are you working on it? And so just so you know, I'm working on this. I know that this is not helpful or true, right? So in any event, seeing the men at the therapist's office, I attend a morning meeting on the phone is a 12-step group for adult children of dysfunctional families. And I have heard more and more voices on there that are men, and even some male voices that, lead the meetings. So just really trying to, and I have a recovery friend, and her husband are on a growth path, a growth journey. And she told me a story the other day about, how he would have acted before and what he did this time, and, how she knows that he's making progress and how much she appreciates that. So keeping, that in mind. So just really trying to catch myself. Oh, and another one of the things that I think contributes to this awful opinion that I have of men is my work. I don't think I've shared it on my channel yet, but I'm an attorney, and I see a lot of bad behavior in men and women. But that's the limit. The belief is the mindset problem here is the men, but lots of men, divorces and criminal type problems that are always bringing this bad boy to the front of my consciousness, right? But there are lots of men out there who are not in my office, right? It's just hard because they're the ones that are always there. So really just trying to be more conscious of whenever I'm having these thoughts that say, oh my God, here he goes. Well, of course, he's a man. Stopping myself and saying, sweetie, that's not a helpful thought. Just because this is what this man is doing right now doesn't mean that that's the way all men are. So, like this video if you can relate. Be sure to like and subscribe. I already said like. Comment below what you think about the format. Popping in with no makeup on, sweaty hair, and just sharing a little bit more personally, unscripted. So thank y'all so much for watching. Have a great day.